and gentlemen, this is John Rare back one more time to discuss Before They Hated Rare, the final chapter of this three-part series. So, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you will enjoy this. So, as we discussed earlier in the previous two, my backyard career leading up to the Indies, and then I circulated on the Indies in Alabama and Georgia, Tennessee, and I finally got known in IWA Deep South. So now to Carnage Cup 8. It was in Alabama. This was honestly the last one to take place in Alabama. And the build-up for this one, of course, well, I don't know what the build-up was. Shit, I dropped the ball there. Let's just say, Carnage Cup 8, coming off of, the huge showing at Carnage Cup 7, when I stabbed Spider, Saul 1. Everybody wanted to see Saul 2. But first round was originally going to be me and Phil Macchio. And if you know the story, if you don't, I'm going to tell you, it ended up not being me and Phil. It ended up being me and the legendary wrestler himself, Madman Pondo. So, me and his chemistry sucked. Great guy, great talent, legend in the business. But me and him just did not, go well together in our first and only match. I looked like shit. That was my first huge match back after breaking my femur, fracturing my hip, and it was a deep sea web match or something like that. It was same one that Thumbtack Jack did at I think it was IWA East Coast, if I'm correct. And the story about I like Thumbtack Jack, so I redid his Saw match, so I wanted to do the deep web match, or whatever the damn thing it was called. Had fish hooks on a lot of shit.
All the good stuff. Pondo now going for a suplex into the chairs. Oh!
That sitting device no longer being been for a majority of the match. Oh! Onto the fish hooks. Smart mark right there on top of things. Man, I've wondered that. It looks like it's getting darker out here. I don't like that.
Oh, throws it right into the fish hook. Barbed wire there.
The match itself just wasn't good. I'll take the blame 100% on that. But Phil Macchio ended up coming out, attacking him, giving me the win. So I advanced to the second round.
Gets him back up. Oh, suplex!
Man. You gotta be asking yourself, Smooth, when is John Rare going to say no and just let Pondo?
He just started him climbing, and he's like out on his feet. He just continues climbing.
It's just his natural reflex, right?
Like
He's not on his feet, but he's just going for it.
It's Phil Macchio!
Oh!
What is Phil Macchio doing?
His payoff back. He's in there.
Regretting turning down this Carnage Cup opportunity.
John Rare just hammering away at Pondo's forehead.
Oh!
Through the fish hooks.
Another match which opened the show for Carnage Cup 8 was Spider Boudreaux, rest in peace, my brother, versus his protege, Bryant Woods, in a spider web death match. So, me and Spider both advanced. So, here comes the second round match, Saul 2. And if anybody knows anything about the Saul series, obviously, it was huge on my career. And, I came back for this show basically to do it for Spider. He was winning Carnage Cup 8. Now, I'll say this 100%. If you want to know more about the Saul matches, look up The Legacy of Saul on my channel. It will walk you through 100% of every Saul match that I've been in, from Saul 1 all the way to Saul Legacy. So, we put on a hellacious match. It was, it was good, but I didn't think that it lived up to the first Saul.
This looks bad for Spider. Oh, God.
He got himself impaled.
Oh, shit.
Is this?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Obviously, first Saul was crazy. We did the power grinder. I took that backbreaker on those chairs. That was the only thing that I regretted in this whole match, was that backbreaker. I swear, I thought I broke my back.
Literally, he tried to sew his arm off. Sidewalk slam.
Oh,
Top of the chair.
God. On the back of that chair.
Hondo's like, no way. Nah, no way over.
Ouch.
Then he made even Pondo cringe. That's
If
something.
you make Madman Pondo cringe.
Then that's saying something.
Oh, my God.
I really did. Like, the pain that I was in because of that was excruciating. Like, I remember going home. Well, no, actually, I went to Mac Daddy Matt's house, Matt Stewart's, for a WrestleMania party. And I could barely move. I was stiff as hell. I couldn't twist. I couldn't turn. I was just completely fucked up. And it was all because of that backbreaker, which was my spot. I called it. I awarded it. My fault. I fucked up. But, this was my least favorite Saul matches out of me and Spiders. But, the fans liked it. So, he went on to win Carnage Cup 8. The fans, particularly didn't like my performance, which 100% understood. I did not look the best that day. And as a lot of people knew, I took on this booking while I was still on crutches. So, I shouldn't have been in the ring, period. I shouldn't have been there. But I did it for Spider. And as I mentioned, if you want the deep story to this, look up The Legacy of Saul. It's on my channel. And it'll give you a very in-depth background on it. And you can also order the Deathmatch Chronicles off Smart Mark Video. Or 10 Years of Carnage off Smart Mark Video. And all of those go really deep into detail about the Saul matches. Now, after that, of course, Carnage Cup 8. Look at that, people. Carnage Cup 8 on sale, Smart Mark Video. But The event right after this was Extreme Warfare, IWA Deep South. We returned back home to Sylacauga, Alabama. Now, Spider was in the main event, taking on Freak Show for the IWA Deep South heavyweight title, and I was going against Spider's protege, Bryant Woods, in a razor blade death match, which a bunch of boards on razor blades. Now, a lot of people may know this, may not know it. When I broke my leg, Bryant was one of the first people to reach out to me and, give me that encouragement, saying, you can get through this, you can come back from it. Because Bryant's been through a shitload of injuries, and, he comes back every time. So, he gave me that encouragement to come back quick. And, I felt comfortable being in the ring with him at the time. We had a series of matches at SAWE before Carnage Cup 8. So, I really got to work out with him in the ring a lot after my leg injury. So, my comfort level being in the ring was definitely, perfect with him and Spider. I trusted them guys more than I did anybody else at the time, of course. Now, we put on a good match. There was some fuck-ups in it. And at this point, yes, I was still very uncomfortable taking bumps. I was actually wearing like a padding thing on my hip, just to try to cushion the blows on my hip. And the match itself, when you watch it, it's okay. There was definitely some botches in it. But it was bloody. Obviously razor blades, but it was a bloody match. There was a lead singer of the band, Justify These Scars. His name is Michael Frog Ray. He decided that he wanted to get a little revenge from Carnage Cup 8 when I knocked his ass out with a chair. So he wanted to get some revenge, but he ended up fucking it up, of course, and basically causing a distraction. It put me in a position to beat Bryant Woods, and I did. So I celebrated, and I went to the back, and Frog, with one of the quickest slow speed chases ever, chased me to the back.
Definitely, razors are a bit of a...
Oh! My God, look at that chair!
And he definitely learned to swing a chair from Spider Boudreaux,
Yes,
as
he
you saw there.
did. We're about to have scars.
We're about to have an amphibious assault.
Yes. You remember John assaulted Frog with a chair at the Carnage Cup. It looked like he's getting some payback here.
Just lowering the boom, using that weight advantage.
He's feeling froggy and he jumped right in.
Absolutely. I'm upset you beat me through that one.
Bryant not happy about Frog's involvement here.
Bryant.
Uh-oh. Bryant giving Frog what for? Uh-oh. He's got a chair. Oh! Right to the back of Bryant. Uh-oh. Oh, you done pissed him off now. Uh-oh.
Oh, and he goes after Frog.
Damn it. John Rare's got the chair now.
Frog, not a trained professional wrestler.
No.
Oh.
God. Big kick into the face. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, that's going to do it.
Over. John Rare wins the match and the bye into the second round of the Carnage Cup. John Rare, a cut above the rest here in this Razor's Edge death match. Getting the bye into the second round of the Carnage Cup.
Brutal match here. Bryant just punched the razor board. I don't know how smart that was.
He is just that pissed.
And that just makes his road to Carnage Cup glory a little bit longer.
Oh, Frog and Sean. Still having issues there.
He's following him.
But in all seriousness, the match itself, I didn't like it, but I do blame everything on me rushing back to the ring the way I did. Not comfortable bumping. Definitely 100% I was uncomfortable taking falls. And, honestly, yes, I should not have been back in the ring at this point. So, 90% of that blame I put on me, because I should have just said no. I shouldn't have came back. And, Extreme Warfare came and gone. And, I call this before they hated Rare, but damn. From Carnage Cup 8 till Extreme Warfare, I picked up so much hate. This is like when they really started to fucking hate me. And trust me, I've got a story here. Why I'm bringing this up. But they really started to hate me. The fans, started to chatter, especially to Kevin, about, hey, Rare shouldn't be in the ring. And, obviously Kevin being a promoter, he's definitely listening to the fans. So our next show, now look at the cover. That's Extreme Warfare, people. Extreme Warfare, available on smartmarkvideo.com. Now, the next IWA Deep South show was going to be Cage of Carnage. And I was booked on it, of course. But, like I said, the fans started chattering to Kevin. And, he started listening. Maybe I shouldn't have been in the ring. My performances have stinked since I came back. Fans weren't happy with me. Now, Stella Rose Red, people. So he listened. He's a promoter. That's what he's supposed to do. And the original match, I think, was supposed to have been me and Bryant again in a rematch. And he pulled me off of the card. He said he was worried. And this is Kevin, Brandon. He said he was worried about my health and didn't think I was ready to be back in the ring. Now, this is after 2 shows already, but me, at the time, I understand now, but at the time, pissed me off. I was 100% just pissed about the situation. I got pulled off of Cage of Carnage. So, randomly, the owner of American Championship Wrestling, Randy, messaged me and was like, got a show in Sylacauga. Do you want to be on it? Bring some of your guys. And we had a huge gauntlet match, which it ended up being a over-the-top battle royal till like the last pinfall, something like that. But American Championship Wrestling Gold Rush, I got to redeem myself basically in front of the Deep South crowd because it was in Sylacauga. Spider Boudreaux was in my match, so the Deep South crowd came to this show. It was me, Spider, J Impact, Robbie Vio, Phil Payne, Demon Master, Talon Sorrells, and I think that's all. But we were in like I want to say it's like a TLC over-the-top battle royal, but the last pinfall had to be pinfall or submission, I believe. It was something like that. But either way, ACW Gold Rush. Here's the case. 2013 ACW Gold Rush. You can also watch this on my YouTube channel. Now, I had something to prove at this show, so I came out and absolutely killed it. I was taking killer bumps.
Fallen tag partner just to get to Spider Boudreaux, and they meet in the middle of the ring.
Oh my God. Here we go. The confrontation everybody's been waiting for.
Oh my God!
Oh, good grief. And Rare just took
Rare
a
doesn't see
shot.
it coming. Look out!
Oh
No!
my God.
And John Rare is out cold. Oh my God! And he drives him straight into the ladder.
Are you kidding me? Spider Boudreaux driving John Rare into that ladder spine curse.
Oh man!
Oh my
And
God.
Boudreaux looking on.
It's that moment where he doesn't want anybody to take Rare out.
Impact really feeling the effects of that. And he's got Rare up. Table! Oh my God! He's completely broken the man in half, as well as that table set up in the corner of the ring.
And honestly, I think I felt better at this show. But I came out and killed it. Took crazy fucking bumps on ladders. Me and Spider stole it. Killed the match. And in the back, we were obviously in charge of who was pitting who over. And this was my first time really, I've worked with J Impact before. But I was like, I'm going to put Jay over me in the match to get him a little bit of, face time. And even Spider in the back was like, are you sure you want to put him over? And I was like, yeah. I was like, Jay's a really great, young, talented wrestler. And, if you didn't know, me and Jay had a match before at Next Era in Munford, Alabama, and that is on my channel as well. So you can look that up. But, I can say that I've been a fan of J Impact. And, I thought it would be a good idea to put him over. And then it's also a good shock value to see someone go over that you don't expect. So I put him over. Now, J Impact ended up driving his knees into Spider's neck or collarbone, shoulder, something like that, pissed Spider off. So he gave him a receipt there in the match. Now, Spider won that match. He became the hardcore champion for that show. And kind of redeemed myself. It made me feel better about what I was doing out there because of that one match. And, it was because of this show by Randy Epperson that got me put back on the next IWA Deep South show, which was Cage of Carnage. Now, if you have not seen this show, it was a spectacular show. Now, more of the controversy with this show was, originally it was supposed to be like me and Bryant. Got canceled, I got pulled off. Now I'm back on. Kevin's all back on board with the Angel of Death again because I did so good at that show, which that match is on my channel. Originally he was going to put me, I want to say, in like a one-on-one match or a four-way match with Freak Show. Freak Show was the heavyweight champion, but the time has come for the title to come off show, and he was originally going to put the title on me, and I actually denied it because and this was what I said to him, and I've mentioned this before, of course. I was like, Spider's got the momentum. He just came off of Carnage Cup 8, winning that match. At the previous show, which was Extreme Warfare, him and Freak Show went to a no contest for the title, which, me and Bryant got involved in that, but just ordered the DVD. Then at the last show, ACW, Spider just won the ACW Hardcore title. So obviously, Spider's got the momentum right now, 100%. So I shot the idea to Kevin. I was like, let's put the title on Spider. I was like, basically, it's not my turn right now. This is Spider's time. And if you order the DVD, you'll find out how that went. But that night, creatively, we did John Rare, Bryant Woods, the White Russian, and my boy, J Impact. I got him on that show. And it was a carpet strip death match. It's on my channel, or you can order the DVD. But the match itself was fucking nuts. It was a crazy match. It really put me back in the game. Now, I'm trying to think. Somehow, at Extreme Warfare, I won a clause to advance to the second round of Carnage Cup if I won that match, and I did. Now, on this match, obviously, I lost, which was my idea to lose to Bryant, put him over. And at the end of the match, I actually proclaimed that if I couldn't win that match, I didn't want the second round bye, so therefore, I lost my second round bye, by choice. And I put Brian over, make him look good. Previous show, I put J Impact over, made him look good. Show before that, I beat Brian at the show before that, but I put Frog over, made him look good. But Cage of Carnage, IWA Deep South, available on smartmarkvideo.com. Look at Rare right there, unbelievable freight train. Hey, order the DVD. There's all kinds of stuff on that. Shakara's on that DVD.
Oh, what's going on here? We got this extracurricular activity going on. What's this all about? What's going on here? I thought Big James wanted it back to slide here. I think he never made it past the floor outside the ring. Oh, it's into the post, into the post. Oh, look at these henchmen. Oh, back chops galore. Okay. Uh-oh. Freight train pain. Here goes the Angel of Death, John Rare. What is the issue with James here? What's going on here, folks? It's like Rare looking to prove a point at the expense of Big James here. I can't see this gentleman's face. Nate, this is John Rare? This is John Rare. This is outlandish. This man just took a beating from the hands of Freight Train and Chaos, and now he's got to endure this. Oh, big chair shot. Hey, James. And John Rare, like shooting fish in a barrel here.
People like me don't get to respect the they deserve. The reason I don't get to respect what I have is people like him who get in this ring for no reason at all.
Now they're just adding insult to injury. What's all this about?
It's going to start being heard. The new religion.
Coming up.
John Rare.
Finds him. Down for the count.
People like you get in this ring, you make me sick. Your interviews for this show make me sick. I hope after this show you go home, grab a noose, and finish the job.
Ooh, heavy words there from the Angel of Death. And heavy chair shots from his minions here. Oh. These guys, well, they seem to mean business. And they made an impact tonight. Here at IWA Deep South's Cage of Carnage. Let them lay in the middle of the first. He has to go through Chaos and Freight Train. Now John Rare. His buddy's taking him now.
A killer cage match for the main event for the IWA Deep South title involving Matt Tremont. So that show with the previous one, you know, really got me going again.
The cage. Do you get to talk while they're putting up the cage? We need to commentary?
No.
Sorry, Tim. We'll be back.
Well, I see you you're 1-1. I beat you to go for the second round of Carnage Cup. But I don't want it. I'm taking my name out of the Carnage Cup. All together. If I can't beat y'all in this fight tonight, I don't want to be in the Carnage Cup. Congratulations. Let me explain something to you, Rare. I don't want your sympathy. You tell everybody that you're the best, that you're the next big thing. Well, I'm here to tell you now, it's not happening. You want to drop out of Carnage Cup, it's because you're a punk little... I'm sorry, I can't say that. You know exactly what I mean. So next time you feel the urge, the adrenaline to face somebody that's gonna hand you a whooping of a lifetime, you know where to find me.
But, as everybody knows, the ACC, the Alabama Athletic Commission, came in and shut down death matches and pretty much shut down anything hardcore. Now, time frame's a little iffy here, but that meant that, you know, Kevin couldn't do the death matches anymore in Alabama. So that's when everybody had to start spinning their wheels. You know, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Me and Frog got together. And we were like, you know, let's promote. Now, we came up with the concept of Birmingham Hardcore Wrestling, which you can watch all those shows right here on my channel. Now, before everything got implemented here in Alabama with the Athletic Commission, we put on a killer show called Massacre on Morris Avenue. And, you know, it was bloody. We got Insane Lane to come back, which, you know, he is a legend of this game. And, you know, we got him to come back and get in there with the young talent, Bryant Woods, and put on a hellacious match. And it was, to my recollections, was the first time they ever had a match. Obviously, they put on a killer match at Carnage Cup 10, but, you know, we got them first at Birmingham Hardcore. Obviously, me and Phil Payne had to renew our rivalry.
Payne putting on the brakes just in time. Talon. Talon beating up on Phil Payne.
Yeah, they've had enough of watching Rare get the abuse. Now they're the new religion.
Now come on here. This is not right at all.
Like dogs on a piece of meat.
Shooting with a rope and a double clothesline from the new religion. Talon just absolutely leading traffic here, telling him what to do. Suplex to Phil Payne while Rare gets to recover on the outside. Rare was just thrown into a bed of blades, and now Talon and the new religion have given him every opportunity to recover, looking for the TKO. Oh, there he goes. And Rare right into the cover.
To take what's left.
And shocker, Rare using the new religion to his advantage to get the victory.
Yeah, really easy to do in a chairs match where there's no disqualification.
A 4-on-1 advantage pays off for John Rare. You can expect to see more of this in the coming week, in the coming shows from this group.
At this point, I wonder what Payne's.
And, you know, there's a lot of other stuff on that, trust me. But Massacre on Morris Avenue, available on my channel. And I'm pretty sure you can contact Frog. He may have some copies for sale too. He'll probably sign them for you. But now, that put Kevin out of the deathmatch game here in Alabama. Now, obviously, he could go to Tennessee and Georgia and do all that, but he wanted to stay local, Sylacauga. Sylacauga was our home base. That was the motherland for us. So, IWA Deep South was kind of on the back burner now. He came up with the idea for the first show for LXW, which stood for League of Extraordinary Wrestlers. All are available on Smart Mark Video. Now, I think they actually come in a box set now you can get. These damn DVDs were crazy. Like, the characters were, you know, out of this world stuff that you didn't see before.
John Rare, what's the name?
It was the League of Extraordinary Wrestlers. The Renaissance begins.
There's a lot of matches tonight. Let me tell you something. The first match has Dr.
I think it's Heinrich von Strudeldingle.
That's it, Heinrich von Strudeldingle, and he's going to be introducing us to a new little character. I think his name is Jason Jr. Part of the Army of Darkness, is that right?
Yes, but his mask is black.
Well, it doesn't matter. This is the only mask I had, Rare. You're just supposed to sit there and look dubious in the corner and ominous, and your presence is just supposed to not even be felt by me and mustard.
That's right. Don't give my boss no lip. I've got hepatitis. I'll sling it on you, buddy.
You want some hepatitis, Rare?
No, I don't.
All right, then. Take your mask. Get ready for Halloween. And this is the first match introducing Jason Jr. And we'll be back in a second. I'm Mike Frog Ray.
I'm old mustard.
Old mustard.
The Angel of Death, John Rare.
All right. And cut.
This is John Rare. I'm here at LXW, the League of Extraordinary Wrestlers, and I got a special little friend that I want you to meet today. I normally don't associate with many, but this guy's mad enough. Plus, he's a doctor and a professor, and it sounds like the new Monster Made Uber wrestler. I will introduce you to something that you're not going to believe. There is the doctor. Doctor, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I am Herr Professor Dr. Heinrich von Lucke. You may call me the doctor. Today, we are going to reanimate this partially alive corpse and restore it to full functioning using a combination of the electricity. There we go. Now, we have this. This is my own special formula. It is a proprietary blend of nitroglycerin, adrenaline, Red Bull, Viagra, 11 herbs and spices with just a splash of vodka for flavor. And we will be injecting it into the subject like so. I just see there is no reaction to the injection. So, goggles on. Are you prepared? Goggles, everyone, and go! It is not that. That's You see, we forgot the most important thing. For the animation to be effective, we must run the electrical current through the entirety of the spinal column. But Helga, if you would please, Mr. Garnish, thank you now. We must connect this to the testicles. Now, plug, plug, yes, it is working, it is working, it is working, my creature, it is alive. Speak to me, my chatty. Speak to me, tell me your name. Speak, it moves. It walks. Yes. It's strong. It is strong. I have created. Calm yourself. Yes. The best.
You got to see a whole new group, which was created for me, called the Ubermenschen. Now, I think I'm going to go back eventually and do a whole series on the Ubermenschen because of how big it got. But you got to see the introduction of the Ubermenschen in League of Extraordinary Wrestlers. Now, the very first show that we did, we tried to generate so much heat. Like, we tried to do nuclear heat, and some of the ideas were overboard, and we really didn't do them. But I'll just say, yeah, some of the ideas that were pitched were thrown in the trash quick. But League of Extraordinary Wrestlers, it gave us a platform to still run here in Alabama. And, it was a mixture between just regular wrestling, high flying, and comedy. There was a good bit of comedy involved in it. And, one of the characters was Boxhead. I'm pretty sure, if you haven't already, Boxhead. But the first champion that was crowned created controversy from the beginning, because with it being the Alabama Athletic Commission, which was not established quite yet, the first champion could not legally wrestle in Alabama through the commission. So he won the title in the Plunder Buffet Battle Royal at this show. So now that this show is over, you've got your heavyweight champion who now has to be licensed through Alabama that can't. So comes the next show, you got to pull that guy, you got to pull that title right back off of him. He won the title for one show, now he's back out.
Woo, I tell you what, Frog, Red Solo Cup of Coon Dog really swept that ring clean, buddy, didn't they?
I enjoyed the Coon Dog guy. Like I said, I like anything when I get to see somebody stick their leg in there and sniff out a scent, and they go hump that scent. John Ray used to be a camp director down in Calhoun County, and this is the song he would sing all the time. It's very, very good. What's the next match, by the way? He's not good. He sucks. What's the next match?
What is the next match?
Dump Sanders versus...
Dump Sanders.
Dump Sanders versus...
Is he even in
Backyard
any
wrestler.
shape to get in the ring after the beat down in Frog's Pit?
I don't know.
We'll see. I know that later on, me and him do a lot of corner leaning. That's my son back there bouncing the basketball. He just had to ham it up like his daddy. But anyway, Frog Old Mustard and the Angel of Death, John Rare, they're going to sit back and watch this match with all you guys. John Rare, play us out.
Play us out, John Ware. Play me a song like down at the campfires at the train yards.
Stab my back, my lord. Stab my back. Stab my back, my lord.
Now, on to the next show. Birmingham Hardcore Wrestling decided to do one more show. First one was a huge success, so we came back to put on Tragic City Funeral. Honor the Cowboy, Enter the Bulldozer. Now, Dusty McWilliams was our champion. He ended up getting injured, and not at our show, but at another local show, and was partially paralyzed. So we did the show as a tribute to him, and we brought down Matt Tremont from Jersey. He brought Oz Taylor and Xavier Cross with him, with Loudy, of course. And this show was actually supposed to have been, full-blown deathmatch show. But because of the ACC finally kicked in those restrictions and everything, we had to settle it down, calm it down to just a mild hardcore show. Which what did suck is, we went from a deathmatch show to a hardcore show because of the ACC. But guess what? The ACC didn't even fucking show up for it. So we could have done it anyway and gotten away with it, but we didn't. We followed the fucking rules. And, the guys went out there that night. As I said, this was Birmingham Hardcore Wrestling. All those matches are on my channel. Tremont and Spider in a lumberjack match, they killed it that night. They did amazing. Me and Phil Payne was in the casket match, my first casket match ever, and obviously it was a killer fucking match. And everybody else that put on matches that night was amazing. Got my wife on the show, Shady Jane, put her with Black America. They took on Frog and Old Mustard. And if you have not got to witness Frog and Old Mustard's interviews, comedy skits, all that kind of stuff, Justify These Scars, check them out online.
This is the Angel of Death, John Rare. Tonight I have a casket match with Phil Payne. But right now this ain't about me. This is about the new religion. Shady, you want to say something?
Yeah. Frog, coming after you, buddy. This is my tag team partner.
Black America.
Black America.
And we're taking Frog and Old Mustard down tonight.
Apparently that's what's wrong with this America right now. That's what I believe, right?
That's what's wrong with America right now.
You've been held back for way too long, ain't you?
Held back way too long.
People interrupting you all the time. Makes you mad, don't it?
Whoop, whoop.
It pisses me off. And people interrupting me all the time. Tonight, Frog and Mustard go down. Tonight, they meet their demise.
But, awesome people. Crazy people, but awesome. So now that we've ran our second show, Birmingham Hardcore Wrestling, comes LXW's second show, which was Dazed in Toyland. Now remember, their champion can't wrestle under the Alabama Athletic Commission. So, it's time to crown a new heavyweight champion, which LXW had the Intergalactic Champion, which they introduced at the show, which was their heavyweight championship. And they had their World Championship, or World Champion, which, same thing, but whatever. Intergalactic was the bigger one. Their heavyweight was the one under that. So it was time to crown a new champion. Now this show was League of Extraordinary Wrestlers, Dazed in Toyland. Look at that! Look at that cover! Holy hell! Can you see that? I hope you can.
So, Miss Helga, is the patient, I mean associate, secure?
Yes.
John, what happened?
I lost. I'm not supposed to lose. You know this.
Yeah, but why did you lose? I do not understand this thing.
I wasn't strong enough.
But you are fighting this spider Pedro. You should have been. Whatever, man. Do not vary my diction. Let's see. 9. You want to use. I haven't finished testing this, but well, this in no time like the present. Let me see that. Let's see. 3 drops should be more than sufficient. 1, 2, 3. And let me go. Miss Helga, administer this if you would please. Carefully, slowly. And try not to spill it on him, dear. Let him drink it all. Yes. Well, it's done. Right. Whoa.
Stronger.
I do not
I
know
need
that
to be stronger.
I do not know that I use that new thing that might have unexplained side effects. Flatulence, coughing, incontinence, seizures, death.
I will win. I will win.
Now go! Go, mein Liebchen! Win! Win for science! 50 Mark says he doesn't make it back alive. Not bad. That after all is bad because of experiments.
But this had some good people on it. It really did. Had good people. Good show. It had the opening match was John Rare versus Spider Boudreaux in the unbreakable TLC match, which was, holy shit, those tables were heavy as hell and would not fucking break. Nice going, Kevin. But this was one of the few shows. It was kind of a, when you watch it, it's kind of a shorter show on DVD, but it was good. It was a shorter show, but I had 3 matches in that one night. I wrestled for, I swear, an hour. Probably an hour that night. First match was me and Spider Boudreaux. Then we went in to the Toyland Rumble, where it came down to the final 4 to determine which 2 individuals would be separated into 2 different matches for the 2 titles that night. So, I was one of the final 4, and I drew Kyle Bakula, and we main evented for the Intergalactic Championship title, and I won. So, I got my first big heavyweight title put on me, and definitely a hell of an honor. I started carrying this company on my back. Now, I was the LXW champion, and we've been building, obviously, for the next show. Huge show. And some people may know it. Some people may not know it. But the next show was a hell of a show. Quite honestly, one of one of my favorite shows. And if you need to know what the name of that show is, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm fucked up. The League of Extraordinary presents the Ubermenschen Strikes Back. Now, this was a good show. I got to meet Terry Houston and the $5 Boys for the first time. Set up a huge four-way match that night between, or not a four-way, a 4-on-4 match with me, the Ubermenschen, Siggo the Clown, Death Row, and a mystery opponent taking on the Sickness, Super Brown, and Christian Cross in the main event. Now, it was a 3-on-4, basically the whole match, until the Doctor came out at the end, introduced our secret partner, who would become a very dominant person in the Ubermenschen, the Killer, Otis. He came out there, he destroyed the Sickness, and all four of us put a beat down on these guys that was truly one of the greatest beatdowns in the LXW history. Now, we beat down Sickness. I was the LXW champion. Spider was IWA champion. So now that right there led us to the next huge confrontation between these two groups, the Ubermenschen and the Sickness. But it didn't happen first round. Now, as I said, the ACC was on board now. Can't do death matches in Alabama. So, Carnage Cup 9, available on SmartMark Video, went to Tullahoma, Tennessee. And you can read it. Banned in Alabama, people. First round, I took on Christian Cross.
Holy shit, this kid just took one hell of a beating and still came back to take the match, showing a hell of a resilience there. Crowd not happy. John Rare obviously not happy. Saying, Punk, now I will show you how we do things. Oh, a small package finishing a death match. Oh, John Rare just covering him with all the furniture. Because, oh shit, he's got a machete. What is he planning here? Right there. John going after a chair. God only knows what he's got planned for Christian Cross here. Oh my God! Trying to cave in the goddamn skull. And shots across the back. Christian Cross paying for that win. John Rare, oh! He got caught fair and square, folks. You got caught sleeping on a small package. You can end the match at any time. John Rare. You wanted to slap? Oh, just slaps the taste out of this kid's mouth. But John Rare can beat the shit out of him all he wants. The fact is not in that John Rare just got pinned in a hostile death match here in the Carnage Cup 9. Christian Cross moving on to the second round.
Me and Kevin honestly believed that Christian was a future star in the making. We thought he could be the next big thing in Deep South. You know, he was willing to take some stuff. And we put him in a hostile death match with me. First round, Carnage Cup 9. Had razors, had all kinds of crazy shit. Now, I did not shoot on him. I made it stiff, but I did not shoot on him. I really wanted him to earn that because, you know, we were going to throw everybody a crazy loop right there whenever we put him over. And we didn't See, we didn't hold back with the weapons. We used crazy shit. And I hit him with a clothesline pretty fucking hard that rocked him, rocked me. And, you know, we put him over at the end, shocked the crowd. The crowd did not know what to think about Christian Cross beating me first round. Now, Spider Boudreaux had JD Horror in the first round. I ended up coming out there.
He's signaling that this is the end. Oh my gosh. Referee pleading with JD Horror here to stop.
And Spider still has the will to continue.
Referee calling for the bell. That is it.
Boudreaux gives up.
Boudreaux is done.
JD Horror.
The champion goes out in the first round. Okay. You see John Rare just dancing around, absolutely just mocking Spider Boudreaux.
And what is John Rare's motivation here? Again, I guess he's upset about his loss.
JD Horror obviously not. Oh, the straight jacket pile driver. Oh, he takes John Rare down. JD Horror leading two of Deep South's most hardcore ultra final competitors late.
And now he's eating glass. This is obviously a breed of crazy that we have not experienced here in the IWA Deep South.
Given a distraction to help Spider lose. That set up for one of the favorite Saw matches in my personal opinion, Saw 3, Day 2, Clearance Cup 9. That match was still one of my favorite, probably the favorite Saw match I ever did. And I've said it on multiple occasions that it was just that our chemistry that night was perfect. Everything flowed great that night, and I couldn't have asked for anything more out of Spider that night. Neither one of us wanted to go over because it was title versus title. And honestly, with him losing first round, me losing first round, neither one of us wanted to lose. Neither one of us wanted to win. So we pulled out the big, draw at the end. We didn't know how the fans were going to take that, but they didn't really shit on it. They enjoyed it, and we thought we put over a hellacious match. And honestly, I think we stole the whole damn show that night, but that's just my opinion. So, Carnage Cup 9 in Tennessee. We still got to go back home. Alabama, our home. Sylacauga. LXW presents the granddaddy of them all, Thunder Mania. This show was huge. I mean, the thing itself is like 4 discs long. And brought in Shakara. Brought in legends. Action Mike Jackson. Lord Humongous. Tom Pritchard. Robert Gibson. Everybody was on this damn show. This was WrestleMania. for LXW. We had a huge 7-way tables, ladders, and chairs match that night, and doors. And then yet again, it was for the LXW title and the IWA Deep South Heavyweight title. And I did not know that I was going to be put over in this match. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I passed on the first opportunity to win the IWA title. But that night, when I got there, we were all discussing, me and Spider both had to turn in our belts to be hung up at early in the day. And I was kidding with Spider. I was like, you've got to climb that shit. And, it was high. That ladder was a tall-ass ladder. And then you still had to reach for the damn belts. And I think that's when he actually told me, he's like, no, you're winning this. And, at the time, I did not know. And I was just like, really? And which it was a huge honor to win that match. And, Lord, in the back, Lord Humongous was sitting there talking to me. And he was like, you got to earn that kind of shit. And he was telling everybody out there in the match, hey, make them earn that. Because it was a, double title match don't come around too often, but it was a crazy, hard-hitting match. Lots of crazy bumps, lots of crazy shit. Everybody gave it their all that night. And,
what's he doing with John Ware? What? You don't think? No, he's not part of the... No. Are you seriously contemplating what he just literally almost shoving John Ware up the ladder? John Ware climbing the ladder. If he unhooks both those belts, oh my God! John Ware is the unified LXW champion. That means the Uber has all of the gold. All the gold with the exception of the extraordinary title. The Uber Mention can... What is Red Solo Cup? Oh! I can tell you this much, Hollywood. The Uber Mention control 2/3 of the gold. Look at the size there between Frightmare and Humongous. Oh! Hair Professor Doctor has to be quite pleased. He is too. Look at the sadistic look on his face. I've never seen that man more happy than when he won the all-you-can-eat pizza. He's too happy to be a mad professor. Mad scientist, mad professor. He's a mad professor. With one A. Got me a winner on. But then yoga pants though. The Humongous has made a humongous statement here at LXW tonight. I see what you did there. I see what you did with the pod. Wow. Yet another man, or monster I should say, added to the Uber Mention. The Angel of Death, John Ware. Otis. Look at the carnage here. Body strong everywhere. Looks like I would say a car wreck, but a car wreck would be a whole lot safer than this. This was a slaughter. This was a massacre. And the Uber Mention doled it out. Ladies and gentlemen, Humongous is huge. What more can we say? I think that mask though. Ladies and gentlemen, the crowd on their feet showing their respect to all of the competitors in this match. Be it Frightmare, be it The Sickness, be it John Ware, John Wayne Murdoch, Josh Rowe, all of these men gave it their all. But John, everybody is up on their feet here, showing respect to everybody. I can honestly say, I don't think the crowd has not sat down the entire match. Is Daniel Bryan for now? If he is, make sure you hide all your neckties. Yeah, really.
At this point, the hate was slowly going away. People were slowly looking at me different. Because I just came off a huge win, well, a huge showing at Carnage Cup 9, which they hated me at Carnage Cup 9 now. Don't get me wrong, I was not a liked individual at Carnage Cup 9. It was just the point that Christian Cross was more hated than I was. So, that kind of put me over there. Then me and Spider's performance helped me out a lot. So now, slowly, the hate's starting to trickle away. And when I won both titles, I wasn't met with a lot of hate after that. It was almost acceptance. Like, hey, you did it. You made it. But the wheel keeps turning. The next show, Kevin wants death matches again. So back to Tennessee we go for the final LXW show, Invasion of the Ubermenschen LXW, available on Smart Mark Video. Once again, sets up for a huge main event between the Sickness and the Ubermenschen. But this time, the Sickness brought in help by the name of Terry fucking Houston. Love the guy. To me, he is a legend. He's done some shit in this business that nobody else has. And unfortunately, he's not booked at a lot of shows like he should be. Just being honest. Terry is, he's 100. He's great in this business. And, it was a complete honor to have been in the ring with him that night. Spider, Brian, everybody took care of us in that match.
Oh, it's their doctor again. Ladies and gentlemen, John Rare carrying all the gold here into this match. Of course, this.
I got to wrestle with my friend, Acid, rest in peace, my brother. It just sucks so much when you sit there and think about how many people have passed over the years. And, so many of them have made a huge impact on my career. None of them more than Spider himself.
John Rare looks about half dead. I don't know if any of these men will leave this night the same. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it all tonight. You saw hilarity, you saw levity, and you saw brutality. A hush falls over this crowd, concerned for the safety of all of these men. Even the winners look definitely worse for wear and definitely going to need medical attention. Nobody believes this unscathed.
Just because you have your hand raised at the end of this match doesn't necessarily mean you're really winning.
And a definite well-deserved ovation going up for the Sickness.
But it's just always given me this opportunity to perform. And, at this point, we went out there, we killed it. We put on a killer fucking show. And I honestly can say, the hate finally drifted away, which was good. I was double champion, carrying that gold around. So what was there to do after that? LXW, final show, and the hate was drifting away. I was slowly becoming accepted. I was the man. I was the IWA champion and the LXW champion at the same time. Nobody else did that. Made me happy. I went from the backyard to the Indies. Made my name. Made my name not doing death matches. But when I stabbed Spider, put me on a different level. And then obviously got into the death matches, doing Carnage Cups, LXW, and it brought me a lot of gold. It brought me the Uber Mention and the New Religion. Don't forget about the New Religion. But to this point, now I'm liked. Now I'm accepted. I'm in the main events. So the next stop. There was only one next stop, one next goal, and that was Carnage Cup. So, obviously, last Carnage Cup was Carnage Cup 9, and now it's time for Carnage Cup 10. But, as I mentioned, this is the story about when they hated me. And if you want to learn more about Carnage Cup 10, look up 10 Years of Carnage, available on Smart Mark Video. You can also look up obviously Carnage Cup 10 on Smart Mark Video. All the videos on my channel that lead up to that dramatic event. And once again, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for watching these videos, constantly accepting and listening to what I have to say. A kid from the backyard who never thought he was going to make it, never knew he was even going to love the business the way he did, to become a heavyweight champion, multiple organizations the way he did. So, straight in front of me now, Carnage Cup 10. Of course, we'll talk about that at a later date. This was the Angel of Death, John Rare. Thanks for watching, kiddos.
You know what happened tonight? Bryant Woods kicked my ass. I have never had blood flow down my face like I did tonight. But what happened is this overbearing Mark got out of the audience and got in the ring. And for some reason he thinks he can take me on. The reason I nailed him in the head at Carnage Cup is because he got in the way. John Rare is the new thing in IWA Deep South. I don't care about sickness. One thing I am here for...
Sickness? You want to talk about sickness? I hear you say sickness.
Sickness.
I can't believe you said something about the sickness. You think just because you stabbed Spider and Dro in the arm, that now maybe somebody owes you a debt of gratitude or something? Huh? You don't owe me nothing. You shouldn't be involved in this business, period. You don't need to get in the way. You don't know nothing about the sickness, John Rare. Let me tell you, he's not ready for it. He's not ready for it. You know why you're not ready for it?
Why?
You never went through me. That's why. But the sickness, their day's coming. They want to get involved in my business, that's fine. Bryant Woods, go on. Step out there next time I'm out there. Go on and come on down to the ring. Bob Barker would have wanted you to. That's fine, you know. Just like I took out your partner Spider tonight. I'm going home with the belt. That's all that matters.
For one thing, I didn't save you. Don't think that I came out there to save you. I could care less between you and Spider Boudreaux. I want Bryant.
Well, if you want Bryant, you better step it up, because they're not playing around.
Galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow.